Cofunction of sine, we're going to say is cosecant. Cosecant. And that abbreviation one more time is CSC. Cofunction of cosine. Secant, nice job. And that abbreviation is SEC. Cofunction of tangent. Cotangent. COT. And you guys, again, those are reciprocals of one another. So we've been doing that. We've been doing reciprocals. Today, we're going to talk about their inverse functions. And so with an inverse function, let me show you the graph. If we've talked through inverse functions before. With inverses, the x and the y's flip. So check out, do you guys agree that this looks like a good old sine graph that we've been dealing with? Starts with the origin, periods 2 pi, looks like sine. Goes along the x-axis, right? Well, guess what its inverse does? Goes along the y-axis because my x equals my y with inverses. Same with cosine. My cosine starts up at 1. Therefore, its inverse is going to go along the y-axis. And again, I'm not going to make us graph these like we've been doing with transformations. I just wanted to show you it. Now, when have we already seen inverse and arc? We do that when we're solving for the angle. Does anyone remember if we were to have like a SOHCAHTOA problem? Yeah. If I were to have a SOHCAHTOA problem like this, x, and then I'm going to say that this is a 3, 4, 5 triangle. And I asked for what is the sine of angle x? What would we say about sine of angle x? Yeah, opposite over hypotenuse. How would we get angle x? Inverse, exactly. That's what we've been doing. X is the inverse of 4/5. And you guys do agree that's how we find the angle, right? Well, how are we finding angles now? All in radians. We're not using degrees anymore. So when we do inverse, it's finding that angle in terms of radians now, okay? So anytime we've got an inverse, we're finding the angle. So let's flip the page. Just to remind you, here's our basic tangent graph. Here is its inverse. But let's see what are we doing with this now? So as I have written here, if y is the sine of x, then I just know that it should have been x equals the inverse sine of y. What do you think? Yeah, my y shouldn't have been over there. Yep. Okay, so we're going to just say this. Boop, 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 boop. We're going to just say x equals the inverse sine of y. My bad. And then I would cross these other. Again, it's how we find the angle. And don't lose sleep over these. That was silly me. Don't lose sleep over that process. But it is important to know when you're doing inverse, you are finding the angle. And the angle for us now is always going to be in radians. Okay, so what the heck do I mean by that? I actually want to start with this middle one. In this middle question, I asked two different things. You've seen this question since January 1st. You've seen that. On our unit circle that we just filled out, I would keep it out in front of us. This is just asking, what's the x-coordinate at pi over 2? And we've done that. What is our x-coordinate at pi over 2? Whoops, I just took a wrong. What's the x-coordinate, though?
Oh, the x-coordinate, that's 0.
It's just 0, right? So we'd say, all right, inverse sine of 0. This part was nothing new. This is our new thing today. When it's inverse, they're asking at what angle is the sine 0? Sine the y-coordinate. So this is asking, at what radian is the y equal to 0? There might be more than one answer. Say that, Sam?
Pi and 2 pi.
You said at pi, my y is 0. Where else?
2 pi and no pi.
And no pi, 0 pi or 0. I love that. Which one of those do you think our calculator would say? Which one's the simplest?
0.
Just 0. The most basic, closest to that x-axis. It's always going to give us the simplest. Boom. Now, will Miss Neipel and I accept all three of these? Sure. Okay, because they're all right. But this is this is going to be in the domain. Yeah. On my answer key, I'm going to have this one. If you only put pi, but you're like, I know that it's also equivalent, I'm good with it. You just have to know that your answer, even if it doesn't match mine, if it's equivalent or not. Sound good? Let's go to this guy. Yeah. I think Caleb brings up a good point. Anytime you see arc, Caleb, or anytime you see inverse, they want the radian. Anytime. Sound good? So let's look at this first one. This is saying, where is the, which coordinate? Arc sine, x, y, or
Y.
the y? Where is the y? What radian is the y equal to negative root 2 over 2?
5 pi over
There's multiple answers here. Say that, Brune?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, can we do 5 pi over 4?
Could be, totally. That's one. So you're saying that it would be 5 pi over 4. What else could be an answer?
7 pi over 6.
Yeah. Your calculator is not going to say either of those. Yeah, Jules. Yes, that's the one that our calculator's going to say, girl. So you said negative pi over 4. Are all of those right? They are, but they're going to put negative pi over 4 is going to be your calculator's response because of the domain of sine. But they're all accurate. Don't lose sleep over it. They all get us to the same point, okay? Let's go over here. We're going to start with inverse tan of 1. At what radian is my y over x 1? So if you with me, girlfriend? Pi over 4. Luca, you said pi, any number over itself is always going to be 1. You said pi over 4. Is that going to happen anywhere else? It's also going to happen at 5 pi over 4. Which one? If the one's in the first quadrant, we're always going to go with that one. Simpler. Love it. This next one, again, since it's inverse, where is the sine, what angle, at what radian, is the y, sine 1?
pi over 2.
Boom. Yeah? Now we got to do a little algebra. 1/4 minus 1/2. 1/4 minus 2/4. Negative 1/4. So good. Do you agree that this is not an inverse and not an arc? So this is saying the sine, the y coordinate, at this radian is what coordinate? Now we're back to what we were asked in January. My y coordinate at negative pi over 4 is,
Negative squared 2 over 2.
yeah, aren't we looking down here? Negative 1/2, boop. I'm sorry. Negative pi over 4 is going to be down here. And the y coordinate there, as you said, Sam, is negative root 2 over 2. As we go down here, inverse cosine, negative root 2 over 2, meaning at what radian is my x negative root 2 over 2? Where is my x negative root 2 over 2? Down here, I think my x is positive, right? 5 pi over 4 and 3 pi over 4. Which one's closer to 0? 3 pi over 4. If we go the positive route, yeah. So let's go 3 pi over 4 minus 1/2. 3/4 minus 2/4. 3/4 minus 2/4 is 1/4. Cosine of pi over 4. That goes back to a January question. What is the x coordinate, cosine, at 1/4 of a pi?
Root 2 over 2.
Good job. Good.
I was forgetting the...
Here we go. They want the radian because it's arc or inverse. At what radian is my cosine or my x negative 1?
Pi.
Do you agree at pi? Is where my x is negative 1? Agreed. We're done with that question. So if you're like, man, this is miserable. This is AP Calc, you guys. Meaning, an AP Calc, would they ask us these questions and we don't get a unit circle? This year, for all of this content, on any assessment, you'll be given a blank unit circle, fill it out, and then you can use it. But in AP Calc, you don't get a unit circle. So we don't have to do it without it. But if you are taking AP Calc next year, maybe we want to start just trying to start thinking about this in our head. And we will be okay. We'll get through it together. This one, arc tan. Where, at what radian is my tangent or my y over x 1?
Pi over 4.
Pi over 4, where else?
5 pi over 4.
Yeah. Did I miss one, Luke? No? Okay. So, do you agree anything over itself is 1? This is a negative root 2 over 2 over negative root 2 over 2 was positive 1. I'll accept either of these, but which one would I prefer? Yeah, it's just because it's in the first quadrant. I dig it. Okay. Inverse sine. Where is the sine? Y Negative a half.
11 pi over 6.
Yes, Queen. And?
7 pi over 6.
And?
Negative pi over 6.
Very good. All of those are right. Your calculator is going to say negative pi over 6. I will accept all of them. If you wrote 11 pi over 6, just knowing that that gets me to the same spot as negative pi over 6, you're fine. Just knowing that yours is still right is half the battle. Good job, you guys. 4 more, 3 more, then I'm out of your face. Here we go.
Next one, pi over
3 more. Say that again.
3. Is the next one pi over 3?
Let's see. Inverse? Yeah, buddy. Okay, so this is an inverse, so we're looking for a radian. You said inverse radian. Agreed. At what radian is my sine e my y root 3 over 2? You had said that 5 minutes ago.
Pi over 3.
Perfect. Do you guys agree? My y is root 3 over 2 at pi over 3. Where else? 2 pi over 3, but I agree. I'm going to use my pi over 3 because it's in the first quadrant. Love it. This one puts it all together. My sine at pi over 3. My y coordinate at pi over 3 is root 3 over 2. Give me 1 sec, Noli. Be right there. Then this is saying the cosine, the x coordinate, is root 3 over 2 at what radian?
Pi over 6.
Yeah. And? Wouldn't it be, I think it'd have to be 11 pi over 6 because it have to be positive, right? Or negative pi over 6, but I like that one. Yeah? Okay. Last one. I know there's a lot going on here, people.
You know, there's theoretically infinite answers whenever you ask.
Say it again?
There's theoretically infinite answers whenever you ask like that.
Yeah.
Well, no, I know. I just pointed out because I thought it was interesting.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Inverse sine of 1.
Pi over 2.
Agreed. He says, where is the sine e, the y, 1? And you said pi over 2. I dig it. This inverse says, where is the cosine, the x, a half? Pi over 3. Any inverse is asking for the radian. I love it. What's 1/2 pi minus 1/3 of pi? Let's get some matching denominators.
1/6.
Yeah. 3/6 minus 2/6 is 1/6. Agreed. So now, as Sam put it, the regular one that we're used to is asking for the coordinate. What is my coordinate at pi over 6 of tangent? This one's the ugliest one we've had to do yet. What over what is tangent?
Sine over cosine?
Yeah.
So it'd be 1/2 over 3. So it'd be root radical 3 over 3.
Nice, because the 2's would cancel. I'm left with 1 over root 3, and you said she ain't going to let me keep that root in the denominator, and we get root 3 over 3.